It started with the knocking. 3 slow, deliberate taps against my front door. I was awake, scrolling mindlessly on my phone, when the sound cut through the silence of my apartment. Knock, knock, knock. It wasn't hurried, it wasn't aggressive, it was patient, as if whoever or whatever stood on the other side had all the time in the world. I glanced at my phone. 3:33 a.m. A strange, cold feeling curled in my stomach. Something felt wrong. I sat up, listening. The hallway beyond my bedroom door was dark, the apartment silent. I lived alone. Another knock, this time from my window. I froze. I lived on the 3rd floor. There was no balcony, no fire escape, no way for anyone to be standing outside my window. And yet, a shadow loomed against the glass. Tall, thin, motionless. My breath caught in my throat. Then, slowly, so painfully slow, it lifted a hand and knocked. Knock, knock, knock. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. My body refused to obey me. Then my phone vibrated in my hand. A call. No caller ID. Shaking, I answered. I didn't say anything. Neither did they. But I heard it. The knocking, coming from the speaker. And then, a whisper. Let me in. I dropped the phone. The knocking stopped. The shadow was gone. For a long moment, I sat there, heart pounding so hard it hurt. I tried to convince myself I was dreaming. Sleep paralysis. A hallucination. And then, my bedroom door handle turned. I heard the click as it unlocked. I always locked it before bed. I scrambled out of bed, backing into the corner. The door creaked open an inch. Then another. Then another. And then, something crawled inside. It wasn't walking. It was pulling itself in. Its limbs were too long, too thin. Its fingers stretched, cracking as they gripped the floor. I didn't breathe. It turned its head toward me. There was no face, just smooth, pale skin where its eyes and mouth should have been. And yet, I felt it watching me. I felt it smiling. The whisper came again, inside my head. You already let me in. Something moved behind me. Cold air crawled down my neck. There was another one. Behind me. A breath tickled my ear. Then, the next night, I woke up somewhere else. A hotel room. I didn't remember driving there. Didn't remember booking it. The clock on the nightstand blinked 3:32 a.m. a minute before. The air was thick. Wrong. Like the room itself was watching me. I reached for my phone. My hands shook as I checked my call log. No records, no texts. Like my phone had been wiped. Then, the room phone rang, a shrill, jarring sound that sent a spike of terror through me. I stared at it, pulse hammering in my throat. It rang 3 times, then silence. I didn't answer. I should have left. I should have run. But I stayed. The lights flickered. The air grew heavier, colder. And then, a knock. Not on the hotel door, not on the window, from inside the room, somewhere behind me. My body locked up. I turned slowly. The closet door was open. A shadow stood inside. Tall, too tall. Its neck crooked at a painful angle. I wanted to scream, but the whisper came first. You can't run from us. The lights went out. If you're reading this, never answer the door at 3:33 a.m. Never listen to the knocking. Never let them in. Because once you do, they never leave. They are watching you. Right now, can you hear them? Listen. Knock, knock, knock.